Browns good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10. A first carry for the rookie Nick Chubb. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And down inside the 15 he goes. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
A first red zone opportunity for the Browns thus far. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. They pitch it out to Johnson. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. That 2nd down run a big help as 7 yards leaves him with just a 3rd and 3 now. Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
And the kick by Gonzalez, he is good. And the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
And now here comes Kansas City. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a two-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. They'll start with Hunt on the ground. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Tackle made there by Jabril Peppers.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Mahomes to throw on second down. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third. The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on third down. Throwing now is Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Mahomes can sling it, but the feet are nimble too as he scrambles for a first down. Mahomes going to hand it off to Hunt. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. A gain of 3, second down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Now Mahomes throwing on second down. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. First catch on that one for Kelce, and it's a first down. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 44-yard line. A toss play to Hunt. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Moving backwards on first down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset? On second down, here's Mahomes. He's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Call it a 3-yard gain, and they're going to face a third down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. Flush to his right. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Jeremy Langford is in. He gets the carry. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
A first trip to the red zone for KC. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. Pitch comes to Langford. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Pretty nice gain on the scramble. Gets him 12 yards.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. On the run, this is Hunt. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite, but on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
They run forward with Hunt. And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And this Browns defense stands tall. They go play action here on 1st down. Steps away. Now he'll turn and throw deep back to the other. And this will be caught at the 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Josh Gordon, an even 90 yards. And the Browns are able to strike quickly for 6. So from back deep in their home territory all the way into the end zone. You think they expected to score on that one?
I'm not sure they expected to score, but they also showed that they're not averse to taking a little bit of a risk there, right? Taking a chance, because the normal call is take care of the football, run it, be safe. Instead, they put it in the air and took a gamble, and it paid off in a big way. That wasn't an analytics call. That wasn't a fantasy guy's call. That was like a video game call right there.
It was a little bit of a video game call, but it worked. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach, because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Well, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off at the 45. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
Throw left side, caught by the tight end Njoku. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, you can't really hide him. But the tight end...
Well, he's taken down, a Chiefs sack.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
Now Mayfield completes this to Callaway over on the right side. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. From the gun, Mayfield. Underneath for Johnson. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
So now they assess a 3rd and long, and that holding call might have knocked him out of field goal range, at least for the moment.
All right, now look at 56.
Mayfield off the play fake. He's going to waft one deep left side here. And it'll be intercepted. Cyrus Jones picks it. Trying to get it to Landry there. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. And the head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
They run with Hunt. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4. Two minutes remain here in the first half. More from Cleveland after this. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And his throw here's incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Mahomes now to throw. He is going to find Hill here. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. That's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
On first down, Mahomes. That one complete to Hill. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. And you can bet they're going to lean on him quite a bit, obviously. They did last week. It was over 100 yards also. AFC Player of the Week is announced Wednesday.
And until they take that away, I would continue to lean on him. Try and have another reward for him winning this game. But when you look back at last week, and you saw how he was able to find holes in the defense, but was also the run after the catch. That's what made it impressive.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
The Chiefs on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Here's a carry for the former Dolphin. It's Damian Williams. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Mahomes now on first down. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And this is taken in at the 5. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Chiefs are able to get this back within a touchdown. And he'll bang that one through. Butker now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Browns offense heading back out to take possession. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. A second down throw for Mayfield. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Gordon. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
All right, now, look at 56. Look at 56.
First down, Mayfield. Looking for the out route. It's completed to Landry. 11 more yards that go around. A first down as well. Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. That's complete over the middle to Callaway. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. It'll be spotted on the right hash, a 52-yard attempt. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. So we have reached halftime here in Cleveland with the Browns on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. This fielded at the 2. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Play fake. Mayfield. Flushed out right. And a little floater there is incomplete. Johnson the intended target, and now it's third down.
Appeared to me he was just trying to find an open receiver and got forced out to his right. Had to come off of a guy downfield and try and hit his back. Unable to connect. Should have been an easier throw moving to his right, though.
Yeah, much easier, obviously, for a right-handed quarterback. If he was going to his left, a little bit tougher.
Detroit!
Exactly.
On third down, Mayfield. He's got his tight end, Njoku. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
no, tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. And he's got room. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Now a play fake here on first down. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And a nice gain of 21 yards. This is Langford on first and 10. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Now Mahomes throwing on second down. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack for Mahomes and company. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. Just 21 yards on the punt there. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
He's going to waft one deep left, and the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield, and they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. They'll begin the drive with Hunt. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
They run again with Hunt. And some room to roam now. And he's going to get this inside the 30. First down for the Chiefs. Solid chunk of yardage. 17 on the play.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Green, 90. Green, 90.
Now Mahomes. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up the screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Chief linemen might have moved. This 3rd down just got even more difficult. 3rd down and 15 after the false start. The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And incomplete. Almost intercepted. The D lineman almost had it. Couldn't hang on.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So 4th and 15, but the offense is staying out there to go for it. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. Dancing to his left. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Chiefs tried it, but they're turned away on 4th down. And this Browns defense stands tall. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a 3rd situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Leopard! Leopard!
Mayfield now on 2nd down. Escaping the pressure right. And he's got some space here. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
And another example of why Baker Mayfield went #1 in the draft. His ability to confound defensive coordinators. They played him for the pass. They covered it well. He takes off with his legs and scrambles for a big gain.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And he's going to be met at about the 43. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. Throw left side complete. That's Gordon. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The Browns on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 4. Working out of the gun, Mayfield dumping it off for Johnson. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They go back to the ground with Johnson. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Again, it's Johnson. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7. Now a handoff. Johnson. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup. It's still a few chain links short, it appears, with 4th down coming up.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. It's a quarterback sneak. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th.
For those vertically challenged quarterbacks, here's a time where they will tell you it's an advantage to be a little bit on the smaller side. Able to duck in behind their offensive line and stick the ball across the imaginary yellow line for a first down.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Allen Bailey in on the stop. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they keep handing it to him.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Gordon. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On 1st and 10, Mayfield being chased out left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Chris Jones able to get in there and take him down for a loss of 3. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. It's a 7-yard pickup. They'll be looking now to 3rd and 6. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Mayfield down. They set up the screen to Chubb. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. A short gain there of just 4, and that'll bring up a 4th down. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
And not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Left. Z.
Here's Mahomes to throw. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And Hill with it over the middle. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. That'll put him at 95 receiving yards now as he's got a 1st down. Mahomes now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Now it's Mahomes again. He'll leave it for Hunt, complete. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. And again, it's Mahomes. Flush to his right. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill that time. And it'll bring up third down.
Sometimes we wonder about play calls, but this one made perfect sense to me. He's got the only touchdown that they've scored in this game. Tried to get it to him again on another deep ball.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down.
Left, 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 left. Z, 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 Z. Slow.
Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. Steps away to his left. And it's complete to Kelsey. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. They'll toss it to Hunt. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
Oh, partner, that play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds. They formed that picket fence and didn't allow him through.
Not only that, got him for a loss as well here. And one of the reasons they lead in the fourth quarter, plays like that.
Yeah, it took a little more time off the clock, making him do it that way, didn't they?
He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Gonna need better protection here. Third and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. He'll look to throw. And nearly intercepted there. That would have been ball game if he had clinched it and caught it. Instead, it gives him one more chance here on fourth down. So down 6, and they know they need this one on fourth down. Now Mahomes got to have this one. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the fourth. On second down, Hyde. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. It's a gain of 3 there, and that should be just about all she wrote.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for Cleveland, the win will help them keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 6-3 on the year. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Atlanta Falcons next week. Meanwhile, for Kansas City, the loss will drop them to 6-3 now on the year. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Arizona Cardinals. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.